If you're studying for the INBDE, I highly recommend INBDE Bootcamp, an all-in-one study resource that will help you pass your exam. Use coupon code MENTALDENTAL for 10% off. Hey everyone, Dr. Ryan here, and welcome back to Mental Dental. I'm going to jump right into it for this video. I recently had to dismiss a patient from my practice. And honestly, it was one of the toughest decisions I've made so far as a doctor. And I want to talk about it with you because nobody teaches you this part of dentistry. Dental school will teach you all about diagnosis and treatment planning and occlusion, but it does not teach you how to recognize when a patient is simply not compatible with you as the provider. When I first graduated, I wanted to help everybody. I said yes to every case, every personality, every challenge, because I thought that's what a good doctor does. But a little bit of experience down the road, a little bit of gray hair later, I learned something very important. Really two things. The first is that not every patient is the right fit for your practice. And the second thing, that's okay. Now, one of the biggest red flags that I look for now is whenever a patient badmouths their previous providers. And what do I mean by that? Because sometimes a patient does genuinely have bad experiences. That does happen. But if someone comes to you with a list of all the terrible dentists that they've ever seen, and perhaps you even know a few of those dentists and you know they have great treatment outcomes, or they have a list of all of these bad dental treatments that they've been through, eventually you have to ask, what is the common denominator here? Is the problem always the dentist, or could it be the patient has some unrealistic expectations? Like I mentioned before, I recently treated a patient where her expectations and reality just didn't match. The treatment itself wasn't the issue. The technical treatment was actually fairly straightforward. It would be what I consider a moderate complexity orthodontic case. The issue, though, was her constantly shifting expectations. The braces felt different than she thought. The appliances were more uncomfortable than she thought. Her teeth were becoming more mobile than she thought. And it became harder and harder to provide consistent care. And I'll be honest, after this happened, I questioned myself. Was it my communication? It wasn't clear enough? Was it my skills, my approach? And I'll break down the facade. Every doctor at some point or another in their career, especially early on, will go through those kinds of thoughts after a tough case. And you know what? That's normal. It's actually good to self-reflect from time to time. But here's what I realized. One difficult experience does not define your ability as a clinician. And I didn't let that one experience break me. I used it as a learning opportunity, as a stepping stone, as an opportunity for growth. And really, I learned 4 things. 1, how to set boundaries. 2, how to recognize red flags from the very first visit, which is typically when a patient is on their best behavior. 3, how to protect my mental health. And 4, how to also protect my staff and my patients as well. So my key message on this topic really boils down to dismissing a patient is not about your ego. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. If expectations aren't realistic, if communication isn't working, if they show a pattern of disrespect toward you or your staff, like throwing personal insults or yelling, if trust isn't there, continuing treatment may not be in the patient's best interest, let alone yours. And particularly if you're a student or a young dentist watching this, I want you to hear this. Do not take difficult cases personally. Learn from them, grow from them, and maybe, just maybe the best thing you can do is dismiss them from the practice. Now, that said, make sure you follow all of your state board's rules. And this is also tested on the board exam. This means typically 3 things if you're dismissing a patient. Number 1, send them a formal professional dismissal letter. Number 2, you offer 30 days of emergency treatment while they look for a new provider. And so if they have something that's truly a dental emergency, they can still come to see you for those 30 days. And number 3, you offer to send their records. This would be photographs, x-rays, any intraoral scans, for example, and that would be for either a reasonable fee or you could do it free of charge. And again, some of these nuances will depend on the jurisdiction in which you practice, but those are the 3 basic foundational principles to avoid something like patient abandonment. So all that said, dealing with patients like the ones I described can be disheartening and discouraging, especially if you're legitimately trying to do your best. And guess what? You are allowed to feel discouraged for a day. That's a normal human response. But the next morning, new patients, new opportunities, new wins. So get rid of the headaches and get rid of the nightmares. Let my hindsight be your foresight. And focus on all the other patients who are respectful, compliant, and need your help. And this is something that I learned in life as well. If I say yes to everything, I am not going to be the best version of myself for all of the things that I truly want to pour my energy into. Similarly, you have to know when to say no so you can be your best version of yourself for the things and for the people who really matter. And look, worst case scenario, if you do end up going down this path, you get stuck with something a little bit tricky, just remember your greatest growth comes from your hardest cases. I'd love to know in the comments, what's the hardest patient lesson that you've ever learned in either dental school or in your dental career? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing to Mental Dental if you have not already. I'd love to continue to grow this community and share what I've learned along the way, and also have you guys share with each other what you've learned as well. I hope all of you have a blessed day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.